What is up? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you everything I know about making bridges. There are several different types I'll be talking about: pillar bridges, rope and hanging bridges, drawbridges, and my favorite, foundation bridges. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I showcase some of the builds that incorporate these bridges. Before I begin though, if you're not subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe button. That helps us become recognized by the YouTube gods, and it helps our goal of getting 10,000 subscribers. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get to it. First up is our pillar bridge. I think this is the most common bridge out there because of how simple and effective it is to make. All you need is ceiling pieces and pillars to connect both sides of your bridge. For this, you'll begin at the start point, which is normally a foundational piece. Start with extending outward from your foundation using the ceiling pieces. You're able to place up to 4 ceilings before your structural integrity is in the red and you are unable to place any more. From here, simply run pillars from the underneath of your ceiling to the ground. This will give you the ability to keep extending outwards. You can keep repeating this process until your bridge is finished. Next up is your rope or hanging bridge. This is another easy bridge to make. However, before I begin, we have to go over some pieces that we'll be working with. There are 3 different types between your rope and hanging bridges. You have your short bridges, which are only 1 foundation long, your regular bridges, which are 2 foundations long, and your long bridges, which are 3 foundations long. In order to complete your bridge, all you have to do is connect your starting and end points with your bridge pieces. Just like the pillar bridge, you are only able to extend outwards to the equivalent of 4 foundational pieces before your structural integrity is in the red. For this example, there's going to be an 8 foundational gap between your starting and end points. How are we going to be able to connect both sides when there is an 8 foundational gap and we can only extend outwards by 4? The solution is to start from both sides and connect somewhere in the middle. Because the rope or hanging bridges don't have a piece that is 4 foundations long, I'll be using a short and long piece to complete the build. And once again, you can repeat the process as many times as you need to complete your bridge. Moving on to drawbridges. Building the bridge itself is extremely simple. Building the structure that hosts the bridge is a different story. A drawbridge is 4 foundations long, so in order to connect the two, you will need an 8 foundational gap between both of your structures. If done correctly, your bridge should align something similar to this. And just like the previous bridges, you can continue to repeat the process. Last up is the foundation bridge. As I've said earlier in the video, this is my favorite style of bridge. Before we begin, there is one trick you'll have to know in order to construct this style of bridge. That is, how to lower foundations that will connect with each other. In order to do this, place your foundation, then you're going to have to snap a fence foundation to it. While snapping it, the game allows you to lower it a click, as you can see. Once you place your fence foundation, you are then able to connect a foundation to it. This allows for your build to have a ramp or incline look to it. So the trick when building these style bridges, especially if you're wanting to add a curve to them, you'll have to start in the middle and work your way to your endpoints. If you're wanting a curve to your bridge, but are not familiar with where to sink your foundations, you can use this state-of-the-art program called Microsoft Paint to plan your bridge. Each pixel will represent a foundation, and each time it lowers on Paint, you will lower it a click in game. As you can see in this example, the middle of the bridge is 4 foundations long. Then it sinks a click to 3 foundations, then another click to 2, and then sinks for 1, sinks again for 1, and sinks one last time for 1. Now that we've got an idea of what to make, let's make it happen. So that didn't turn out half bad. However, we're missing something. When it comes to these style bridges, I like to add archways to them. This shouldn't be too difficult considering we got the layout complete. Simply delete the foundations of where you want your archways and go from there. So that pretty much sums up everything I know about building bridges. If you like this video, hit that like button and comment down below on what you'd like to see in a future build. I also have a Discord if you wanted to stop in and hang out or send me pictures of some of the builds you've come up with. Anyway, let's get on to the showcase.